So this is Agorist Nexus podcast. I'm your host Brandon. I've got exciting guest today, Rafael Verde. How you doing, Rafael?
Doing great, Brandon. Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, man. I'm always happy to have you. So I think we should kind of start with some current events, and then we'll kind of throw some crypto in here. But
Sure.
you know, I think we're kind of gonna see a little bit of deflation, and just because everyone's concerned, then I think the Fed's gonna try to print their way out of it, and
Yeah.
and then they're gonna try to lower interest rates. So I think that's going to eventually just flood the market with dollars, and then you'll see countries all around the world starting to turn their dollars home. What causing hyperinflation? What do you see happen?
Dude, honestly, well, I put out a video this morning. I sent it to you earlier. I called it I called it can't put new wine into old wineskins, and it's kind of like, what Jesus said, you can't put new wine into old wineskins. The new wine will burst the old wineskins, and you will ruin the wineskins, and you will spill the wine. So I honestly think that that's what's happening in crypto. Whenever any statist or any bank wants to appropriate what crypto's doing and make it their own. But overall, what I really think that's happening is that, to be honest, I think this is all just. I think we got ahead of them, and they got scared, and they want to rein the tax cattle back. That's really all I see, really. So they saw crypto taking off. They saw people taking off with crypto. They know crypto is inevitable, so they have to start all this shit in order to put people into the trance of through trauma bonding. You need to trauma bond the cattle back into submission, and then boom, implement a new problem reaction solution, and bam, next thing you know, they can implement their tighter reins around us. And I think that's because we've left the plantation. We're no longer. You can't say that humanity is completely under slavery anymore. I mean, wouldn't you say that? I can't say that. Why is that? Because there's an option, and there's an option that will never be able. They never will be able to take down, which is cryptocurrency. So, yeah, I think at the highest level of all this shit, that's the truth. The truth is that the Federal Reserve, the central banking coin, the fiat proof of violence coin. That's what I call it, right? Call fiat currencies proof. They're the proof of violence coin. That's how they exist. In crypto we have proof of work, we have proof of stake. I think the government has proof of violence, and it's their coin that is based on violence and coercion that they need to keep alive. And the only way to keep alive is by them implementing what they know best, which is coercion, fear tactics, creating problems, or taking advantage of situations like whether this be, I'm pretty sure this was man-made. It's pretty obvious. Like Bill Gates has the patents for all that shit. And maybe we shouldn't even say the words and all that so we don't get flagged on YouTube. But yeah, the Cerveza bug is, to me, that's the least of my concerns. What really is going on here is that humanity left the plantation, and they're pissed, and they want us, and they want to implement what we know they want to implement. They want to implement a world currency. They want to implement their own versions of cryptocurrency, which are just proof of violence coins, mark of the beast type shit. And we know that that's what's happening. It's it's not a surprise to us. And to be honest, if you're an agorist, you're a libertarian, you've been expecting this shit. Don't lie to yourself. That this has been coming, and you got involved in the liberty movement because you started asking questions, and you woke up and you're like, oh fuck, this is what's happening. And So yeah, to me, that's really what's going on. They're really going after any freedom, any sign of permanent freedom. So it's up to us if we're gonna keep it, right? We're gonna allow that shit to if we're gonna allow them to run over us and give us tyranny that will never end, because that's really what's ahead. If crypto doesn't take over and we are subjected to a tyrannical police state that uses technology against us, we're gonna end up worse than the Chinese, and it's gonna be a tyranny that no one's gonna be able to get away from anywhere in the world. It's gonna be like Alex Jones says, it's gonna be a prison planet, 100%, a prison planet, man. So I don't know about you, man, but that's not the shit that I want to live in. Fuck no.
No, yeah,
So
absolutely
yeah,
not. And I do everything I can to not fund this extortionist for sure.
yeah. So it's up to us, man. And so thank you for doing what you're doing, Brandon. I mean, I know it takes balls to get out there, especially if you're privacy conscious, like I know you are and your team is. But you guys felt the need to step up and do what you guys are doing and to talk about these things. So I commend you for that. Thank you very much, man. Take my hat off to you for sure, man. 100%.
Yeah,
That
appreciate
is
that.
awesome, brother. That is awesome. I saw Jeff Berwick by himself, like the voice crying out in the wilderness. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in scriptures you read like these prophets just out there like, this is what's about to happen. Wake the fuck up. And I'm like, shit, man. Like he's right. And I can't see myself doing anything else than this, honestly. Than to be helping Jeff out and to be helping the Liberty movement out, as much as possible. So, really happy to be doing this. Because there is no other option but to be doing this. And I would want to welcome anyone out there. Actually, I want to welcome everyone out there to be outspoken as much as possible and to talk about this with your friends and family and use crypto, teach them about crypto. Yeah, even the biggest status that you may know, because when they take off that uniform, when they get home, that same cop, that same soldier, that same mercenary, whatever, that same contractor, when they go back into their civilian lives, guess what? The gun in the room is pointing at them. You know, they can't get away from it. So, Mark Passio's video on order followers is amazing. So, I mean, I'll probably share that here since I'm recording this. I'll share the meme of it. And yeah, thank you for doing what you're doing. And if you're listening to these type of conversations, by all means, you know, get involved and start talking about this. Tell your friends about this, because everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's in the same boat, unless you are part of the ruling class, and I mean really part of the ruling class, and not just a puppet politician or a puppet bureaucrat or a puppet lobbyist. You're fucked just as we are, just as everyone else is, unless we bring in an awesome alternatives and options of value in the market via cryptocurrency. If we don't do that, we're all screwed. So yeah. As you can tell, I don't give a fuck about my future social credit score, right?
Same.
Fuck that shit, man. You know, fuck that shit, man. Fuck you. You know, like that's not gonna happen, man. That's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. My reality, that's not gonna happen. No,
Oh yeah,
no, hell no.
let's
Fuck
get.
no, dude.
I'm with the crypto vigilante, so let's get into crypto real fast.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love Monero. Kind of sucks that some exchanges are taking it off. I actually wrote an article.
Yes and no, man. A few are. A few did, and they're look,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Don't. If anything,
but
if
that's
you're a
because
true capitalist, right?
to me it's positive because it means that it's working. You know, so
There you go. So yeah, there's a good aspects to it, but at the same time, if you're a capitalist, right? Let's say let's say you're just a capitalist, right? You're just very good with money and you know investment thing, like you know what to invest in and you know what to do, right? And we're living in something similar to Ancapistan or something, you know, or Ancapistan, and you're a capitalist, right? And you're managing people's money because you know you're so good at what you're doing. So you open up like an office and you have a fund or whatever, and you're helping other capitalists invest properly and save their money, whatever. Would you welcome a coin that your financial portfolio and how you appropriate the money is your secret recipe as a fund manager, right? Would you want anyone in the world to be able to become a peeping Tom into your secret recipe? Hell no. You know, you want to avoid financial voyeurism, and that's what and so Monero, honestly, for a true capitalist, and when I mean true capitalist, the truth is that people are driven by human action, by praxeology down to their core. That's the beauty about what we adhere to, is that we're not putting a system of thought or indoctrinating people with BS. We're just talking about human nature. So when we talk about human nature, praxeology is in line with just how we are as human beings, right? You don't have to understand the ideology of Konkin to know that you're better off having a fucking cell phone, right? A smartphone. There are 1 billion communists in the world, and they all walk around with cell phones in their pocket, right? And they're not going to become libertarian tomorrow, right? There's 1 billion Muslims in the world, and they all walk around with cell phones in their pocket. So, capitalism is the way. We can talk about ideology all we want, but capitalism is the way out of this mess. And I'm talking about free market capitalism, where you can compete. Remember that the number one sin against communism and statism itself is competition. So competition is key. Can you compete? If you can compete in the market, yes. Anything that the government provides, the question is, can we compete better? And the answer is yes, we can. So when we talk about financial planning, when we talk about real capitalists that understand the importance of having their secret sauce and how they invest, Monero is better for them, and they are acknowledging this right now, actually, which is great. Right now, fund managers and family offices around the world are actually apprehensive about, I'm talking about big money here, man. They're apprehensive about jumping into Bitcoin or into a transparent currency, a transparent cryptocurrency, for that reason. Imagine if you run a multi-billion-dollar family office and you're like, you know what, guys, 5% of our portfolio will be in Bitcoin. Wait a minute. What do you mean? It's going to be in a transparent ledger? So people are going to know, they can do blockchain analytics and know what we have and how we hold it and how we move our funds? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah. No capitalist, like hardcore capitalists in their right mind would be like, oh yeah, I want to have my transactions and my possessions saved on in transparent blockchain forever. You know what I mean? It's like, no, dude. So Monero is becoming, see, the thing is that we're ahead of the game, man. We're ahead of the game. Monero is it's exactly what any capitalist or any person that's sane about money wants. So yeah, I mean, you're right. There's some status out there that I would be scared of.
It's my number one favorite.
Yeah. I have many favorites, but Monero is definitely up there for sure. 100%. Yeah.
What would, I mean, so you're not saying that Monero's your number one? I mean,
I think so. So when you look at like, I hold to this. I hold that we can't have a perfect cryptocurrency that can appeal to everyone's desires. Does that make sense? For example, if you were to have a coin, actually you could have a cryptocurrency that appeals to everyone's desires, but you would have to do trade-offs, right? And the big trade-off here that I'm talking about is fungibility and privacy, right? So if you want to include everyone in the world to participate in the crypto governance of your coin, you can't just allow anyone in the world just to come in and make suggestions, and for their suggestions to be taken seriously as a Monero contributor. You know what I mean? Could you imagine a status like Ben Bernanke saying, "Oh, I really like the Monero project. Here, guys, I want to become a contributor. And here I have these great ideas about how we should like make it more easier for compliance officers to verify things through it." Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you're part of the Monero project, there is a crypto governance aspect to it that is beyond the technical, and it's more on the ideological. So the technology for Monero is there, but what drives Monero is the ideology of having perfect money that is perfect, not just perfect, because see, when you say the word perfect, perfect for whom, right? Or for what, right? Is the question that it begs. But the question here that I'm really getting to is perfect for what purpose? And Monero is perfect for the individual, right? Because we're individualist. So we understand that the most important thing out of all of this is the individual, the sanctity of the individual, protecting the individual's privacy, right? So Monero is the coin that gives you that the best. Why does it give you that the best? Because every contributor within the Monero project holds that as the North Star, right? That's our compass, that's our north, right? That's what we want. Money that protects the individual's autonomy, right? Now, there are other coins that offer other purposes in the market, right? That because of their nature, their number one focus is not protecting the individual, like Monero is. Does that make sense? So if you have a coin that is that wants to be money for the world. Money for the world, what does that mean? Money for the world, money for everyone? Are you saying that coin is for everyone to be part of its crypto governance, be part of its involvement in its evolution and so forth? Well, at that moment, it ceases to be just a libertarian project, and it's a coin open for everyone. So when you have that coin, you have to toss aside any libertarian purity test. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now my question is, do you want a coin to have a libertarian purity test? That's something else to consider. I think, look, man, I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer here. I think the answer is a both and answer. And I think that the answer is that we as human beings are approaching the problem of money, and the problem of it, the money is human cooperation, right? Systems of cooperating. That's what money is, right? The best networks of cooperation are the money. The best of money is the money that best allows you to cooperate with other people, right? So, what's
that's
happening
why I don't
here
like
is
Bitcoin, really, or the BTC version.
So that's why we have options.
You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know when. I don't know if these are gonna be next week. I don't know how long it's going to take me to send it from me to you next week. I don't know the transfer times, so that's really why I can't back BTC version of Bitcoin. Now, I know they're working on Lightning Network, but it feels like they spent years developing adoption for Bitcoin. And they gave up all of those years developing adoption and went into a completely different direction. So that's my rant on BTC version. I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No, man, that's fine. Don't worry about it. No, it's I agree with you, man. But the truth is that Bitcoin BTC has its merits too, man. I mean, look, if you compare it to a bigger block Bitcoin, it's a lot harder to send Bitcoin via ham radio. I mean, pardon me. Let me start over again. Let's take BTC. I'm sorry, BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, BSV. Bitcoin BSV has giant block sizes, right? You can't send that via satellite, right? You can't send those big ass block sizes via ham radio either. I mean, you could, but it's harder. So having a light client, not client, but a light block size, a small block size, allows you, like with BTC, to send transactions via satellite, send transactions via ham radio. So it has its virtues. So look, man, the way that I'm starting to see things, because I'm constantly, challenging myself. I'm constantly, I work with people that are that have different mindsets of this. So we're constantly fighting about these things and arguing and really learning from each other. Well, this is where I'm at, man. I'm starting to I'm like, you know what?
That's why I like the crypto vigilante, because you guys all have different opinions, different mindsets. It's not just an echo chamber.
Well, you know what puts us together is that we're all agorists, right? We're all libertarians. That we're not just armchair libertarians, like, hey, what's up? Because that's what the agorist critique of libertarianism, right? Is that it's dumb just to be like an armchair guy, like, hey, yeah, I read Rothbard. Whoa, how about you? No, to be an agorist is to be in the market, to actually be working. It's action oriented, right? It's praxeology taken to its logical conclusion, right? Praxeology is the science of human action. Okay, well, are you acting? Okay, great. You see what I'm saying? Talk is cheap. So at the end of it, we're all agorists. That's what really brings us together. But as agorists, we are capitalists, right? And as a capitalist, you constantly are looking for the edge because we're profit seeking, right? We're educating people on these technologies, but we're constantly part of that. What moves us is to seek profit, right? To seek what is fucking out there that others don't know. So we know that intelligence is a race. When we know that profit attainment is a race as well. Why is it a race? Because the people that first know something in the market are the ones that are going to make money off of it. Once the masses know it, then it's no longer profitable. So it's good to have guys, a group of people that just completely disagree with one another but agree on what's most important. And that's what we're doing. We're just racing in the market to figure things out ahead of everyone else. And it's fun. And it's very it's very fun. It's very good. So where I'm at right now, this is where I'm at this moment, because I'm constantly evolving. I'm opening myself up to the market. There's never a time, if I ever say, you know what, man, I know more than the market, that's bullshit. The market will humble me in a second, dude. You know what I mean? Or anyone that says, I have a crystal ball and my crystal ball is perfect. No, that's bullshit, dude. No, I have a crew of dudes that are actors in the market, that are agorists. They're my crew. They're the crew that I'm with. They're constant. They're just, one is going that way, the other one's going that way, the other one's going that way, and I'm going this way, and we're all going in different directions. And we're coming back like, yo, this is what I found out. Okay, cool. Oh, you're wrong because of this. Oh, no, you're wrong because of that. And then we're like, really? Well, who's really wrong? And then the third, fourth, fifth person comes in and they're like, actually, I think this is what's actually going on. So we just boom, 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 building on knowledge, which is great. And the most important thing in all of this is that we are profit seeking. That's what moves us. That's our engine. And so where I'm at right now, and I keep coming back to this point, but I haven't expressed it yet, is that I'm seeing all of this as a giant symbiotic relationship, right? Divide and conquer. That's what happened to us in crypto. I honestly know, and I share your sentiment 100%, that everything that we've done in every cryptocurrency, we could have done in one single cryptocurrency. It would have been Bitcoin. I know it. I'm freaking convinced of it. And I can talk to you hours about it. And I was there when the coup took place. I saw it happen before my eyes. I know exactly how people were lied to. I know exactly what happened. I know what went down. But I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It is what it is, man. We learn our lesson. We're like, all right, cool, man. But and this is the thing, is that you can try to manipulate us. You can try to manipulate the crypto market as much as you want. You can try it. But you will always fail. You will always fail. And you will fail miserably, dude.
Yeah, because it's completely free market.
Exactly. Because look, dude, I'll give you an example. So
you can try to regulate it. You can try to tax it. It's completely free market.
So I have a buddy, right, who I have a buddy who does a lot of over-the-counter trading in crypto, and he does it all by the book, and all that good stuff, right? And he does, I think it's called a double-blinded escrow and shit. So you keep the privacy of of both parties, and the financial institution in the middle, and does the KYC AML, whatever. Anyways, he was doing that, and he told me, he's like, hey man, look, all of a sudden I'm realizing that there's a lot of fake brokers out there. Turns out that a lot of financial houses and a lot of financial institutions that don't like crypto or actually want to manipulate crypto, they're paying dudes. They were paying dudes, like young guys, hey man, here's a salary. Go out in the market and start telling people that we're buying Bitcoin. We're buying $1 million worth of Bitcoin. So then all the brokers in the OTC market get crazy. Oh, hey, someone over there is buying crypto. Oh, yeah, let's all get into that deal together. Well, find a buyer, find a seller, find a buyer, find a seller. Oh, then they started putting out, oh, you know what? We're actually selling 1 million Bitcoin. And then, and the 1 million Bitcoin guys out there. And then that was all fake, dude. They're trying to manipulate it. And guess what? Once the crypto market finds out that shit's going on that they're trying to manipulate, pull their little schemes that they're used to doing in the traditional financial sector. And the reason why they did this is because they wanted to send false market signals. And you have to understand that manipulators do that to the market all the fucking time. Every time that the central bank prints more money, they're making the investor in the street think that there's someone that there's someone out there in the market divesting, that there's someone out there in the market divesting and investing because you're seeing a lot more money come into the system, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't encourage
economic
saving.
activity. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it doesn't encourage saving. You see what I mean? It fucks with the psyche. But see, that's what they're used to. They think that they can manipulate us, but they don't. The moment my buddy, just one dude, noticed that this is what was happening, this is crazy, dude. The moment he was like, oh, these fuckers are manipulating us. And the way it was obvious is because every time you would follow the trail of okay, let's get this deal done. And they would take it to the point of like, well, hey, let's use this escrow system that we have with a financial institution that is amazing, that it's actually a renowned financial institution that has worked in like minerals or whatever. They would all drag ass. This is one way that if you're being like this is one way, any agorists out there, this is one way if you have like a provocateur or some agents or someone just wasting your fucking time, some government, whatever, or some contractor, one way you will always know is that they will waste your fucking time. They will waste your fucking time. If you have somebody that's like, you've always like, man, maybe that guy is such and such, maybe, because, we're all paranoid, we all play Spot the Fed, whatever. Okay, that's one way you will always know, dude. They will fucking waste your time. Then they will fucking, waste your time. Because you think about it, dude. Someone that has no destiny, someone that is on a straitjacket, on a governmental straitjacket, or like these brokers that are like paid by some fucking family office to put out false market signals, they don't operate under the laws of praxeology. They're not operating like free human beings. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Like, think of any government agent. Like, they have to follow fucking protocols. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas a free market entrepreneur just goes. And it's unpredictable. Why are entrepreneurs unpredictable? Because we see what no one else sees. You see what I mean? So I kind of ramble sometimes. So sorry.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah. So
I'm a Rafael Valverde fan. So
cool. All right, thanks. Well, I'm a Brandon fan. All right. Look, Brandon. Look, what it is. What I'm trying to tell you is that we, right, in crypto, once we figured something out, we get like the market, dude. The market learns so quick. The moment this dude put out a signal to 4 of his buddies, said, "Hey, man, I think they're fucking pulling our legs with these fucking brokers." You know what happened to those brokers? Shunned, dude. And everyone already knew. everyone already knew that any deal like that is not something that you can waste your time with. You know what I mean? Even if they're promising millions of dollars, blah blah blah. No, dude, it's bullshit. Bullshit. So everyone just focused on things that were more reasonable. Oh, someone wants to buy 150 Bitcoin. Okay, that sounds more. Someone wants to buy 2 Bitcoin. Oh, that's more reasonable. You see what I mean? So yeah, man, this is the shit that they can't manipulate, and that's really what's happening here. And in my opinion, that's what's really happening with everything that's happening worldwide. Is what we're seeing right now is what's really happening is that they see the cattle leaving, and they have to come down hard, and they're gonna come down hard, man. Shit, man, I see it coming. I see it coming down hard, bro. I see it coming down hard.
Let's get into that real fast. I think, that's why they wanted to put, so many taxes and regulations on crypto. But also I think what we're going to see next, is not going to be the friendliest towards, crypto. But I don't care what the controllers want. I do what I want. That's why I'm an agorist.
Yeah, bro,
not only for that reason, but I think we're going to see a crypto dollar, or some kind of crypto world currency, like you said.
It's already happening, man. Look up Bill Gates's.
They're talking.
Oh, dude, there's it's sick what they want to implement, dude. They really want to implement the mark of the beast, straight up. That's, you read it and oh shit, it reminds me of the apocalypse. It's the same shit. But the truth is, man, let me tell you something, man. Because we always as libertarians, we're like the porcupine. We are the porcupine. We're like, get the fuck away from me, But let me tell you something, Brandon. There's no need to be scared, man, at all. And let me tell you exactly what will protect us. What will protect us is not that dude, I got this bug out shelter in the middle of the woods with my boys, and and all these guys. That will protect you if shit really hits the fan. But you know what's really gonna protect you? What's really gonna protect you is offering value in the market. That's really what's gonna protect you, man. Nothing else. That's it. If you're offering value in the market, you will be a valuable person for the people around you. And that's all that matters, dude. That's what's going to protect us, man. And we're going to be safe. We're going to be all right. Just provide value in the market and you'll be good, man. You'll be good. So yeah, I hold that as my compass, right? As long as I'm providing value, why would anyone harm me? You see what I'm saying? Why would anyone harm you? We're just providing value, right? It'd be stupid to kill the guy that owns the dairy farm. You're not gonna have milk again. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. It's pardon me, man. I cut you off that time. My bad. What were you saying?
No, you're good. Yeah, I mean, how do you think that we're going to be able to best come out of this? I mean, what kind of strategy can you give as Agorist to? I mean, I know you gave us one, provide value. That might be difficult when the hyperinflation scenario. It's like, well.
Hey, bro, you're cutting in and out a little bit, man. Maybe you have maybe if you can repeat the question again. I understood most of it, but just to make sure the listeners hear it clearly.
Yeah. So what do you think that we're going to see later on down the road? How are we best going to combat it? Because especially with hyperinflation, it's kind of hard to be able to. It will be kind of hard sometimes to keep up with the market, to be able to provide value when you have massive price fluctuations. And I guess crypto is going to help with that. But where do you see all that going?
Look, man, agorism is what has kept people alive through all types of tyranny, throughout all of history. So, if you have the balls to present value to the market will respond with gratitude, and the market will protect you. Okay? That's just the honest truth, man. You know, it's if, you know, like, I'll just give you a quick funny example, right? Stock up on booze, man. If there's a bunch of soldiers that are gonna, you know, let's say the Jade Helm thing is real, right? And we're gonna have a bunch of like foreign troops going into different countries because it's easier to police. It's harder to police your own people, right? So you invite foreign troops to police the people, right? So you have foreign troops in every different country doing the job. You have people from you have troops from Yugoslavia in Puerto Rico. You have Puerto Rican troops in Germany, you know, and shit like that, right? If they're playing people up against each other like that, dude, have some booze ready for those guys. They're gonna love you. They're gonna love you. Everyone in the world loves not good booze, like loves whiskey, loves scotch. You know, let him be German, let him be African. If they walk down anywhere where I'm at, I'll have booze for those guys. Hey, you guys want to drink? I bet you anything, dude, that they'll love me, man. They'll be like, oh, fuck yeah, man, this guy's great. You see what I'm saying? This guy's great. Oh, man, booze around here is illegal. Well, bro, you guys deserve it, man. You guys are doing great. Look, you guys look tired. Don't you guys want a nice cold beer? You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, we want beer. Well, I want to be able to provide you guys with more beer. Even more beer. Like, here, take some to your general. Here, hey, some fucking beer. I want to provide you with even more beer. So I need liberty so I can move around, right? And, you know, get you more beer. You guys like beer, right? Yeah, we like beer. Okay, great, man. Well, I'm going to need you guys to open up these roads. Me and my boys are going to go get you some more beer. All right. You see what I mean, dude? Tap and hack human nature. That's all we're doing. No, it's very simple, dude.
There's always a way around, right?
No, it's not just go through it. Don't go around it. Go through it. You see what I'm saying? What I'm telling you is just go through it. Everyone is susceptible to the same motivations, man. You know, that's the honest truth. We all are. We're all human beings. That's why praxeology is so fucking amazing, dude. Because no one can escape the laws of human nature and laws of human action. You cannot escape that shit, dude. That's why you gotta read Konkin. You gotta read Mises. You gotta read Human Action by Mises. Dude, you cannot escape this shit. That's why I said earlier, communists can't be without a damn cell phone, man. They can criticize and talk all the shit they want, but at the end of the day, they're using the internet and they all have cell phones. Right? Muslims, they're not libertarians, and they're all walking around with cell phones too, right? So capitalism is the way to go, man. So we can get stuck talking about ideologies, but the only thing that's going to save you, the only thing that's going to help you is capitalism. That's it. You can't get rid of capitalism. Capitalism is in your DNA. Capitalism is in your blood. Capitalism is just part of human nature. Communists are so stupid, man, that they have this term. I forgot what the term is, but they think that everything metaphysical, everything ontological, everything that is literally existing and can't be otherwise, right? Like the law of non-contradiction and the law of self-reference, right? And like that's a door, right? It is a door, and it can't be a door and not a door at the same time. It is what it is, right? It's a freaking door, right? Right? It's law of non-contradiction, right? It is a door and it's nothing else but a door, right? Okay. These guys, these communists are saying that being a man, being a person driven towards action to get rid of someone's easiness is something that is not proper to human nature, and that you can unlearn that. And they have a word for that. There's a modern Marxist that has a word for that shit. It doesn't even matter to look up the bullshit. But the reality is that that's just insanity, dude. That's insanity. Like, you as a human person, you're motivated to always leave any uneasiness and to pursue your excellence, right? Why is that? Because everything about you has been built almost like a perfect computer by God. I'm definitely a theist, dude. By God. You've been perfect, dude. Your mind is oriented towards truth, to knowing what the fuck is really going on, right? That is the appetite of your intellect. Truth is the appetite of your intellect. You're always pursuing truth. That's what you're doing, right? You're constantly trying to figure things out. If you're not pursuing truth, then what's the point of even dialoguing with anyone, right? Right? So anyone that throws out any relativism to me is they're committing intellectual suicide, because then if your opinion is just as valid as anyone else's opinion, then what are we doing here, right? Then you have the will, right? Your willpower, your desire, right? What moves you, right? The appetite of your will is for the good. Whatever the good may be for you, maybe it's a good that is perceived to be good, and you are deceived, or you are deceived in pursuing a good that you think it's for you, that is good for you, but it's not, you know? But your will moves you towards that, right? And human being, and if you look at philosophy of human persons, and our intrinsic makeup and our drives and everything that makes up who we are, dude, we are all affected by the same natural law, and you can't escape it. You can't escape it. So, yeah, dude, I'm gonna be selling booze if shit really gets this bad, and I see troops running around and shit. I'll be the guy. They'll love me, man. I'll make sure they love me. I'll make sure that those fuckers can't be without me. I'll be there selling. I'll be like fucking selling them booze, whatever, dude. You guys want some weed? Yeah, man. We like weed. All right, yeah, you guys look tired, man. Yeah, it was some great shit, man. We can get you some great shit. We got you. You know,
got some sativa for you, bro.
Yeah, man. So like, but it takes. Know that what will protect you no matter what is that you provide value. That's what's going to protect you in anything. So in the market, whatever, as long as you're providing value, you're protected, right? That's it. Just keep providing value, man.
That's great advice, man. What now? I don't want to reveal too much about your newsletter. I mean, your newsletter. You guys are obviously there's probably not a better newsletter, and I recommend all the listeners to, if you can, definitely subscribe to Dollar Vigilante, and you guys did call the bottom, man. So and that really, I definitely profit. So I really appreciate what you guys. But what can you give us? Can you give us a little insight? Can you give our listeners a little crumb, or
Oh yeah, sure. We really like Monero. That's the best crumb I can give you guys. I mean, to us is the most undervalued coin in the market by far. Now, yeah, it is. So if you guys don't have any Monero, well, I would, yeah, I'm just an idea. I think Monero is amazing.
Now,
so as far as crumbs go,
I didn't check out your Roger Ver interview yet, but
oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I haven't checked that one out. I saw your one today, which was good. But now, do you still have the same perspective on Bitcoin Cash that you did a couple months ago last time I entered? Or
yeah, I did. I do. I do. It's frustrating because I love him, but I love him, but I love him too, man. I mean, it's just it's shit, man. I mean, I think that what they're doing is very commendable, and they are doing, I think, what is the hardest thing in all of crypto. They're really taking on to themselves in doing what is most difficult in all of crypto. Now, did they do everything the best way possible? I can argue for both perspectives, but shit, man, I really I don't agree with their checkpointing during the hash war. I don't agree with them buying hash power. Because when you it's not about, see, spending energy. Yeah, but spending energy is a costly signal. You shouldn't be spending energy as a capitalist.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
shouldn't be
you
spending energy
obviously
that
want
you
to
don't
reserve.
have. You
Yeah, you
shouldn't
want
be
to
spending
reserve
energy that you don't
resources.
have.
And,
Well, not just that, but like they rented hash power for the hash word itself. Does that make sense? It wasn't hash power committed to mining Bitcoin Cash. So when you do that, I mean, you can do it, but for how long, you know?
well, I think they did it just for the hash war, and then it went back to.
Of course they did. But all right, man, let's let bygones be bygones. Whatever, dude. I don't agree with. I was on the I was on the BSB side of things during the hash war, and you know, and still, I like BSB.
I'm more on the Bitcoin Cash. I like BSB too, though. I like both. I like.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm a big blocker.
Yeah,
I like both.
that's cool, man.
I
Yeah,
want
me
both
too.
of them to do great. I hold both. I
Yeah.
love both. I want both to do great. You know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I feel the same way about it. And I see value, and I see the virtues of both of them, and I value both of them. I like what Bitcoin Cash is doing with, you know, like I said, it's commendable. It's the most difficult thing that you could do in crypto, to be money for the world while still at the same time protecting the individual. So yeah, man, I hope the best for them. I want them to do really well. And yeah, I don't like that the coin is not what I would call pure proof of work, but that's the shit that you get into when you try to have a libertarian project, right? I wouldn't call Monero pure proof of work either. Personally, Mr. X would. I wouldn't, because you are guiding how to mine. You are guiding what to mine and how to mine it, right? So when you have a central group of people telling miners how they should act in the market, miners who are capitalists, who should have complete autonomy to do whatever they want with their business, you know, when you're telling them, when you're guiding them, when you're even getting in the way of mining, and you're like checkpointing onto an exchange, a KYC AML exchange, you know, like that to me is wild, man. That makes no sense. The only checkpoint that I have as reference is the Genesis block when Bitcoin started. That's it. Any other checkpoint, any anchor, that I don't have any other anchor but the Genesis block. So I don't agree with BSV doing that. I'm sorry, but Bitcoin Cash doing that. BSV was on the right for they didn't checkpoint. They had a fair hash war, and they were capitalists, and they were like, this is what we're doing, you know? So yeah, I honestly, the only coin that I see right now is having pure proof of work is BSV. And I know a lot of people don't like BSV, but BSV is the only one that hasn't interfered with the desire of the miner. No, you know, I don't want any central planner telling a miner what to mine or how to mine. You know, how paradoxical of this, right? That those who are those coins that are most libertarian, right? BSV, Bitcoin Cash, BTC, and Monero tend to try to guide what the biggest capitalists, the capitalists with the most responsibility and the most to lose if shit goes south, the miners themselves, they try to guide what the miner does. How paradoxical that those who come across as being most statist are the ones that protect, well, the ones that honor the autonomy of miners the most. Right? Isn't that weird? So that goes to show you, man, that like, it's not just about ideology here, man, but it's also about capitalism. Does that make sense? It's like this whole notion of having a libertarian purity test when it comes to the market is bullshit, because in the market, everyone's your client. Everyone, if you're going to compete in the world to be, world money, then you should be open to having all types of people being your customer, If you want to be money for the world, especially if that's like your tagline. So at this moment, Bitcoin Cash is doing the best that I see in trying to be money for the world, although I don't agree with all the shit that I just explained. But at the same time, having libertarianism as part of the offering of being money to the world, right? With like what Roger Ver is doing with having a cash fusion in the Bitcoin.com wallet. I see that as awesome. That's great. So it gives privacy by default on the wallet level, not on the protocol level, right? It's not Monero, but it's better than not having it. And you have on the Bitcoin.com wallet, which is the second biggest wallet in the world, which is amazing. So what Roger Ver is doing is fucking awesome. Thank you, Roger. You're like Roger really made me like Bitcoin Cash again. He really did. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. Shout out to Roger Ver. Definitely. Yeah, dude, like people always talk shit, but you know what, dude? Like Roger,
he's for economic freedom, man. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
Can't not.
Do I agree? Do I agree with what Roger did 100% during the hash war? No, I don't. I honestly think. I don't know him personally, and I'm not anyone to tell anyone how to run their business. But my personal perspective, if I would have been in his shoes, I would have not have taken sides between Bitcoin Cash and BSV. I would have not have taken sides. I would have done what Ryan X Charles proposed that everyone do, which was to be agnostic and to mine both chains and the third unified chain, because it was a fork. I mean, it was a hash war where there was no, what do you call that shit? I forgot the term. You can mine the other block. There is no. Oh, I just had it. I forgot. What was that? I forgot, dude. I hate that space. So,
I don't think Roger Ver.
I forgot how to call it, but
I think Craig Wright forced him to take a shot. That's kind of that, at least from my perspective. That's what I.
Yeah, Craig Wright doesn't know how to play with people, man. He's just that type of person. I don't know. He's actually having a hard time with people within BSV now. But if you are someone
what are you
that
gonna do?
is
Split the BSV project? I mean,
No, like the BSV project is at a point where it won't be split. It can't be split because then it would be just completely suicidal. You can't, because the whole point of the BSV project is having a stable protocol, which I love that. You have a stable protocol, which what it does is you take power out of the whole system. You see, the problem that I see with other coins is that they have is that the protocol level can change. The protocol can change, and the core group of contributors can guide it, right? Like, so are you going to trust these core group of contributors forever? I'd rather have a stable protocol that I can rely on as a capitalist, right? I don't want to have to worry every 6 months, every 3 months for the protocol to change. I want to have stable protocol, ideally as stable as possible, so I can build on it. So I don't have to worry about it changing on me. It's like being on quicksand, like constantly it's changing on me. No, I want stable foundation, right? That's what I want. And I don't want a core group of shitlords changing the protocol on me constantly. That's what happened with BTC. That's what happened. That's why the big blockers left, right? So yeah, I do not want the protocol changing constantly. I want a stable protocol. I want a coin that is a stable protocol. Personally, on a personal level, I want BSV to exist. I do, because there is no other coin in the market that offers me a stable protocol. Is there? I don't see it. It's not. Ethereum is not. Ethereum doesn't even know how to scale. They're still trying to figure out how the fuck they're going to scale.
Oh yeah, the 2.0, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, like look at EOS. EOS is it's a shit show right now, right? Like you have all these guys like just having problems with governance. You know, vote buying became okay. They just changed the name of what vote buying votes was, right? And the vote buying cartel just kept going. Like it just so like when you have proof of work, which solves the Byzantine generals problem via a capitalist meritocracy, and on top of that, you stabilize the protocol, and you tell the entrepreneur, "Hey, man, you can do whatever you want with the blockchain." What? What? I can do whatever I want on the blockchain? Yeah, you can do whatever you want on the blockchain. Oh, really? Well, that's why I got into Bitcoin to begin with. I wanted to do whatever I wanted with the blockchain. How like ironic is it that finally I'm able to say, dude, I can finally use a version of the Bitcoin blockchain as I please as a capitalist. I can't do that with BTC. I can't say I'm going to use the Bitcoin BTC blockchain as I please. It has 1 megabyte limit. Like, what can I do with it? Use it as money, that's it, and not even because I'm forced into this innovation funnel called the Lightning Network, where that's the only place I can use it as currency. You know, given the name cryptocurrency, now I have to use another layer. Like, I'm not even talking about the freaking miners and the problem with them, with their economic game theory that I have a critique on in BTC, but from an entrepreneur perspective, like, also like so
also,
Bitcoin Cash
Lightning
to me is
Network's limited because the developers won't let you do anything. Not unless you blockstream.
Look, let me tell you something, man. Dude, honestly, man, let me tell you something. I want the best for the Lightning Network. I really do. I really do. I want it to be extremely successful. I really do.
Yeah, I want Bitcoin to do good. I mean, because it's good for everybody.
It's good for everyone. Will it, though? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
To me, it's too big of a gamble to want to hold lots of BC.
So let's go back to ideology a little bit. I just want to say something about BSV. So that people, yeah, they're statist. BSV, the majority are statist. CSW is a statist. Craig Wright is a statist. But they are still libertarian, actually. But they're a different type of libertarian. So you have like libertarianism. And on one spectrum, you have agorists, like you and I, right? Agorists, complete free market actors in the free market. And then on the other side, you have objectivists, like Ayn Rand, you know. And objectivists, they're not anarchists. They're minarchists, for the most part. Actually, it's really hard to find I have never found an objectivist that is an anarchist. And the reason why is because objectivists like having, they're capitalists. They're very much giant capitalists, and they love having as large profit margins as possible. So in order for them to have these profit margins, they benefit by having some sort of government to cozy up to get favoritism from within the market so that they can have a larger profit margin. Because if we were in Ancapistan, anyone can compete doing anything, right? So your profit margins decrease because now everyone can, like the example I give, anyone can sell coffee. He can sell coffee. The guy walking down the street can sell me a coffee. That girl can sell me a coffee, which is great, right? I don't think everyone's going to want to sell coffee. Everyone's going to specialize in doing what they love, right? Really. But there is less gatekeepers or no gatekeepers. And since there are no gatekeepers, then profit margins, we expect them to decrease because now everyone can compete doing the same service, which is awesome. Actually, I think that's great because then what you do is that in Kapistan, then you would have everyone. There'd just be an influx of value, man, and then you would just have innovation on top of innovation, and all of a sudden, you know, it's going to cost me a lot more to make coffee and sell than maybe buy from you, where you have a system that is amazing, dude. You're the coffee. You're the coffee guru. You know what I'm saying? And your system is better than anyone else's. You know, and maybe I can try to compete against it, and that's only going to make you better. You see what I mean? That's the agorist perspective. right? That's the anarcho-capitalist perspective. But the objectivist has this idea that it is better and wiser to be a brutalist, to be stoic, really, to be stoic, to see the world as it is, not as it could be with Ancapistan. No, as it is right now. And as it is right now, you have this weird thing called government that exists, that constantly, is pointing a gun to everyone's head, constantly threatening people for this reason, for that reason. And then, you can't do this without permission. You can't do that. So they say that the objectivist says, well, we can't pretend like this shit doesn't exist. And that's something that as agorists, we can kind of, see value in. The objectivist says, this evil called government exists and we have to deal with it head on. Right? And so they have their approach of dealing with it head on, which is price, Gulch Gulch, right? Creating an alternative system that entices them to participate by market forces. So they see Bitcoin as a poison that you give government. So then that government then takes that poison, becomes their client. So they want to make government their client. Does that make sense? They want to make government their customer, which is not a bad, I don't see it as a bad thing, because they want to be money for the world as well. But they hope that, and this is where I think they're a little naive, they hope that government will, in taking this poison called Bitcoin, poison for government, that government will be completely consumed by the free market to the point that it ceases to exist, where proof of work and Bitcoin itself starts providing more value in the world than the government itself, where the government is, all government services are deferred to the free market, to the point that everything that government offers is now found through Bitcoin in the free market, right? I think that's a beautiful desire that they have. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Dude, I don't know. I think that's kind of naive too,
Yeah, I mean,
you think
government hates competition, so I think they're not going to want it regardless.
And not just that, but do you think that the assholes of this world who are not used to being held accountable, who have perfected the art of not ever being held accountable, because that's what they are, all these crooks, these professional criminals, right? These government people, and and what's behind government, which is even more dark and nefarious, they're used to not being held accountable. That's actually, they perfected the art of not being held accountable. So if you read like Carol Quigley's book, like Tragedy and Hope, where he talks about how the deep state works and the round table groups and all the secret societies and all that shit, these people they're experts of not being held accountable. So do you think they're going to welcome a decentralized, transparent blockchain?
Yeah, right.
Like, oh shit, man. I hope that market forces force them to adopt something like BSV, BTC, Bitcoin Cash. I really hope that they get priced out of their shit coin, their proof of violence coin, fiat, and they are forced to move into our economy. That's probably will happen. But this is a double-edged sword, right? Because you have them now being exposed to complete accountability. The blockchain will hold them completely accountable to surveillance, not surveillance, surveillance, right? Where everyone can surveil each other. Will they allow that shit? I don't know, man. The people in BSV, they're actually anarchists in BSV that would say, yeah, that's gonna happen. Well, that's what we hope will happen. I think it's a little naive, but here, dude, let me break down this other perspective. These people that are not used to being held accountable, do you not think that something like Monero would be something that would like fit them like ring to finger? Like perfectly? Like the Epsteins of this world, they'd love to fucking move money around in something that cannot be traced. You see what I mean? So we have a double-edged sword for both on both ends of all this, man.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting.
So that's why the key here is not to choose, oh, this coin or that coin. The key here is to say, look, man, this is all about competition. And we have to see this as a pincer attack, as a bullhorn envelopment, if you want to call it, where you are attacking from different sides with different strategies, with different game plans. It's still free market at its best, man. Just being completely unpredictable, completely virtuous, completely spontaneous, right? Talk about spontaneous order. Being completely spontaneous. That's what's really going on here. So, does BTC have a place? Hell yeah, it has a place, man. BTC is fucking awesome, dude. It has things that no other coin can offer right now, right? There are good people in BTC too. Is it the coin that I personally think, you know, you can send money via satellites with BTC. You can send money via ham radio with BTC. You can't really do that. I mean, probably do it with Monero too, actually. But that's something that we could probably talk about in another episode. But yeah, it's and then Monero offers its virtues. It has its own thing to offer the market. Bitcoin Cash, something that is amazing in its offering to the market, and BSV is incredible in its offering to the market. Ethereum is fucking amazing if it ever is able to fix its scaling issues and become the Ethereum that we've always known to be. Do I agree with everything in Ethereum? No, I don't. But could it offer amazing products in the market? Hell yeah, I can. Just look at the Brave browser, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Brave browser is kicking ass, dude. It's like the one. I honestly still think that them having a coin is bullshit. I don't think they need that because it's just, to me, it's a coupon coin, right? It's just for Brave, really. You know, someone can like copy paste here. Hey, anyone out there, any agorists wanting to like make money right now, grab the Brave browser and fork it, just like a Gab did. What was a Gab? Is a Gab the alternative to Twitter? Gab, Dissenter. They forked Brave and they created Dissenter browser. It's not really popular. People really. It's the same thing as Brave. But these guys wanted to use BTC on that browser. That's stupid because BTC relies on the Lightning Network that is still not 100% reliable or adaptable to how the market would want to use it. But if you wanted to grab the Brave browser right now, if you're listening to this, and you want to fork it, and instead of having the Batcoin, BAT, the basic attention token, dude, do something like Bitcoin Cash, man. Fuck, dude. I just gave you guys a fucking... that idea right there. Like, please, someone from here, do it. And please tell us that you saw it here, because that would be fucking amazing, man. That would be so cool, dude. You should do it, Brandon. What the hell, man? It'd be fucking amazing, dude. A Bitcoin Cash fork of the Brave browser. That would be cool. Dude, that would be... dude, that's... see what I mean? Dude, you'll price bat out of existence right away because you're actually having a network. I mean, the network of investors that Bitcoin Cash has goes back to the Genesis block, man. You know, that's what Bitcoin fork has, dude, no other altcoin will ever be able to have. That network of investors, man, is just fucking amazing.
And Agorist Nexus is on... we are typical on Brave browser, so if you guys want to go on there and tip us, that'd be... but
dude, just fork, dude, or do it on BSV if you want, but whatever.
Yeah,
You know, if you
PSP.
want to do
Yeah,
Bitcoin,
whichever, man. Whichever.
or do both. Why not? You know,
Yeah,
like
make it able to give us options. Or
yeah, you want to be even more badass, dude. Do it on Monero, dude. Grab a browser, grab the Brave browser, fork it, and do Monero instead of BT. Dude, that would be killer. Like that would be amazing. But and if if no one wants to make money, that's how. And if they have time, that's what I would be doing. Something like that. But yeah, that's it, guys. That you guys I just gave you guys a $1 billion idea. Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing to see.
yeah, I think your team's awesome. I think that what you guys are doing is great.
I think that what you're doing is great.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we got a great team too. We got Wendy McElroy, Storm Del Gora. He goes by like Storm Tiago. Got Graham Smith, Jeremiah Harding, Lily Forrester. So our team is. I got all these power players. Who doesn't know Wendy McElroy?
Yeah, she sounds familiar. I think I've known her before. I think maybe I met her in the past. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I mean, she's a pretty famous anarchist writer. But yeah, she just came out with the book actually. The Satoshi Revolution. There's a link to that.
I was looking at
Agorist
that.
Nexus if anybody wants to.
Yeah, by Wendy Mel. Ooh, nice. And I'm gonna buy it.
It's an amazing. No, it's free, bro. It's amazing.
Oh, for real? That's awesome, dude. That's so cool.
So you guys can go there, go to Agorist Nexus. There's a link on the front. The Satoshi Revolution. It will drop you into like Bitcoin.com, but so you can get a download. Yeah, man.
That's so cool, man.
It's a good book.
Hell yeah, man. That's beautiful. If you guys want, since this is like an open source book, I could throw it up in our library for our subscribers. That's beautiful. Have easy to access, awesome files. Dude, that's really awesome. Really happy you guys are doing this. So what's next for the Agorist Nexus? Let me ping back and interview you guys a little bit. How did you guys come to be? What's going on?
Yeah, I started Agorist Nexus because I was doing marketing for a Agorist company. I was like, and there wasn't really much of a Agorist website. I try to keep it just gray market. Black market probably get shut down, but we're a directory for these gray market companies. And then our mission at Agorist Nexus is to spread agorism and connect the counter. Want everybody working together. I actually just wrote an article that dropped today called Agorism and Breaking the Chains of the State. That has lots of details in how we can fight the state and connect the counter economy. We come out with newsletters. We've got articles written by everybody. Lily Forrester, Graham Smith, Wendy McElroy, Jeremiah Harding, Storm T. Agorist, me. So some great priceless knowledge in our articles that really help agorists and agorists.
Awesome.
And then and then we got Rafael Verde on the podcast. Can't get much sweet.
Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah. I like this a lot. Yeah, people should know more about Algonquin, that's for sure, and keep expanding on these ideas of liberty because they're very valuable. Very valuable.
Yeah, and if anybody hasn't read the New Libertarian Manifesto, that's like a must read. Like I don't, just have to read that.
I love that.
I don't want to force anybody to read it, but I mean,
I literally posted like twice in the past week to one of our groups, our subscribers. I'm like, guys, you got to read it if you haven't read it. I read it once in a while just to pump me up. I'm like, wow, this is so great. Yeah. So Yeah, I love that, man. I love it. Yeah, he really hit home with what he wrote. I think agorism is actually an answer for the rise of neo reaction, the alt right movement. You know, I've been thinking a lot about that because the agorist emphasizes the market, whereas the alt right emphasizes the commune.
Mm.
And the commune is they try to like have like they use a lot of the Hoppian, logic of focus on private property, and then private property extends to this like communal private property, the commune, right? And it makes sense, but I think that the place of interaction, and this is where they lack. I'm okay with their perspective of the commune, but the point of interaction is the marketplace, and they don't emphasize that. You know what I mean? They don't emphasize that. So because they when they start focusing now that they have a commune, like this collective of private property, they all of a sudden start thinking, well, now it's this us and them mentality of like us versus them, and they have this they try to use natural law to explain a lot of what they say, and the best example of this would be like, I don't know if you've heard of a Kurt Doolittle, and proprietarianism is like the philosophy that they're really espousing right now. It's kind of a new, but it's a new take on fascism, but different light. And the point of contact in the market is something that it's something that they lack, and that's what they always avoid. So in how to deal with the other, right? It's very simple. Private property regards what is yours, right? But when you start talking about that which is not yours, what is the healthiest way to deal with that which is not yours? Right? And for neo-reaction and the alt-right, how you deal with that which is not yours, their focus is
Private property.
Literally,
Well, I mean,
violence, bro. They go back to statism. They become
the
states.
solution is, yeah, exactly. The Hoppian.
Build a wall.
Build
Right?
a wall.
Like,
Stop
how do you
people
deal with
coming.
the other? Violence. It's like, did you see? Okay, so this is my example, right? Like, this is why libertarians were so easily like duped into falling in for the alt right, because it's like the premise is beautiful, right? Private property. Yes, we agree with that. Private property. Okay, great. Then you can hold. Oh shit! I have 5-minute battery, so we gotta finish this up soon. We can hold communal private property. So what is the rest? How do you deal with the other? The emphasis is not the market. The market is the peaceful solution, and they don't. They it's almost like they don't talk about that. They talk about it in a half-assed way, but the truth is that you should not be emphasizing the commune at all, because even within the commune, in order for the commune to organize itself correctly and peacefully without there being a central planner, the only way to properly do that is by having a free market of ideas, by having an agora. So even within the commune, you need an agora. Otherwise, you have a tyranny. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even in a household, dude, even in a household with your loved ones, in your family, if you all of a sudden are like, no, we shall have our czar, and no, that's not going to happen. People are free, dude. You right away impose a dictatorship. You right away impose a central planner, even in your own household. What's more communal than your household, than your family? Nothing, dude. And if your mindset is like, oh shit, no, you know what? We can't have a free market here of interaction, then what the fuck do you have, dude? You have a tyranny. So these guys from the get-go, they get into this, their racist arguments of like, my body belongs to me, my family belongs to me, my kin belong to me, then the then my race belongs to me, my commune belongs to me, and then my ethno-state belongs to me. But all of a sudden, it's like,
we can keep talking, dude. My camera died.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's like fascism slash, you know.
Yeah, but the whole time that what they did is that what they've done the whole time is that they've forgotten they forgot the individual, man. They forgot to honor the choice of the individual. And what's the choice of the individual? The ability to act freely. So even within a household, you need to have an agora type mentality, dude, where there's, how much value are you providing, right? Okay, great. I'm gonna provide you with some rights to maybe some private property within this household. Okay, great. Well, what duties will you give in exchange? Well, I'll let you use my controller. The duty is take care of the controller, right? Like little things, you know what I'm saying? It's all peaceful interaction, dude. But yeah, I think agorism is extremely important, especially nowadays when people are looking for answers in libertarianism as to how to deal with the problem of the left, right? And the problem of the left is communism, right? And the communist wants to throw out a prescribed normative ethics, right? They want to teach you how to be. You should do this. You should do that. Whereas we come at it from a descriptive ethics perspective, right? Right? We really don't throw out a normative ethics because who are we to be the dictator of shoulds over someone else's personal life, right? We're not that. We're not about that shit.
Right.
So, but the communist will tell you. They'll tell you. I mean, they'll
tell you everything. Yeah.
Yeah, their body belongs to you. Your body belongs to the commune for the communists. Isn't that crazy? Your body belongs to them, to the collective. It's so fucked up, dude.
I can't get down with that.
Dude, I know someone in my family, that was in Europe, and when they were little kids in a country in Europe, they were grabbed by some Russian soldiers and they were injected with a bunch of shit in their chest at the age of 12. Why was that? Because that little boy's body belonged to the collective of the Soviet Union and of the Iron Curtain that they had. So if you were within that Iron Curtain, your body belonged to them. So they can just grab you off the street and start fucking experimenting on you. How fucked up is that? So yeah. So to answer the left, you don't go back into socialism like what the alt-right is doing. No, dude. You double down on capitalism. You double down on true human interaction. And the real interaction that matters in all of this is found in the peaceful voluntary exchange of the free market. And that's only possible in the agora. That's only possible in the marketplace. So you have to have, the marketplace is not this place that is out there like, oh, that's the plaza and that's where we meet, or the shopping mall. No, dude. The agora is in every aspect of your life, dude. From the way you interact with your loved ones to your special person, it's giving them freedom, providing them value, and they will also, if they're good people, obviously, they'll provide you value in return, right? And it's this provision of value back and forth through voluntary exchange, So the agora is not this mythical place or this actual place out there. The agora is within you and your interactions with everyone. And there's nothing more peaceful, nothing more ethical than interacting the way that you're supposed to, peacefully with other people. So the market is everywhere, man. So yeah, I think agorism is extremely important, and I'm really happy that you guys are emphasizing this amazing, to me, is the most beautiful philosophies when it comes to dealing with the world as the world is.
It has a proven track record. You know, it helped take down the Soviet Union.
That's awesome.
So I mean, it works. There's more details in the article that I wrote today. But in short, it helped take down the Soviet Union, and it works. Their shadow economy destroyed. So
I'll make sure to put your article on the description below so everyone can read it.
that'd be greatly appreciated.
For sure. I'll make sure to do that. Awesome, Brandon. Well, hey, thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it. One of my cameras died on me, so
Yeah, so we better finish up. But yeah, thank you so
is
much
there
for
anything
coming
else you
on,
want to
bro.
talk about? I still have like how much do I have here? Let me see 1 second. Let me see 1 second. Yeah, I have 10% battery left on this computer. So any last question?
I think that wraps it up, man. I thank you so much for coming on. I'm a big fan of you guys, Dollar Vigilant.
Thank you for having
Thank
me,
you guys for
Brandon.
enough. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for everything, and be safe, stay safe, and yeah, guys, I think I mean, if I were to leave one last message, would be have no fear, like at all, through these times. Like, know that you will be safe as long as you're providing value. You know, and look for the advantages and the disadvantages around you, because that's what you're supposed to do as an agorist, as an entrepreneur, right? You know, worst case scenario, if some invaders come through your land, hey, offer them some beer, make them your friend, you know, sell them some beer, you know, make them pay for it. Okay. And if they ask you why are you charging them, since they're like the force there, and be like, oh, don't you want me to get you some more tomorrow? I need to pay for the gas. I need to
It's gotta be
pay
sustainable, you know.
Yeah, it's got to be sustainable. You guys want more beer? I'll get you more beer, but shit, man, you know, I have people to, this shit costs money, man. So you can't, you see, that's the thing. The state will never be able to go against the laws of economics.
Yeah, they can try. They can try.
They can try, but how the fuck are you gonna police the whole world, man? I mean, they can try, and they probably will. These megalomaniacs will, and you know, unfortunately, what they do have, is an army of NPCs that will snitch on people, that will rat on people. That's honestly, dude, that's actually the only scary thing in all of this shit, is that there's a lot of people that will just a lot of fucking people that just don't know anything else but violence, and they don't know how to interact with other people than by using the monopoly of violence we call government, right? And those people are scary as fuck to me. But that's what you have to do, man. Honestly, if there's anyone watching here and you're an artist, you break that fucking spell through art. Believe it or not, it's through art, through memes, through art, guys. It's through art that you break that fucking spell. So that's what frees the mind. So we talk about crypto, we talk about the market freeing you from financial bondage and from physical slavery. The market does that. You know, it's helped. The Agora has helped people through many tyrannies throughout the world, right? It's fed people through all types of imposed famines from the state. But you know what has, the only thing that breaks the mental bondage is art, is having real awesome art. So and that's why they don't want that shit. And that's why even just not even alternative media that's presented in not an artistic way is media that they censor. But guess what? If you guys wise up, if hopefully we all do, start producing art that they can't censor and put it up in the crypto spaceships that we have going that are decentralized and censorship resistant. Throw art up there, like badass fucking art, guys, because that's what's gonna break the spell of so many people. Because what we have to worry about is not the you know, proverbial, maybe the invading army that comes through. No, that's not really, I don't think that's what I worry about most. You know, like I said, those guys, you can fucking just give them beer, you know, sell them some beer. What bothers me is the NPC army of snitches. And the way to combat that is through art and memetics. Art and memetics, guys. That's the way you you break that. Make fun of them through art. Satire, guys. Use satire like a motherfucker. Like, satire is so genius because in order to tell someone, in order for someone to point out that the satire works against the powers that shouldn't be, they have to explain it. And by explaining it, they expose themselves. So that's why satire they can never take down. And that's why art is so important. So yeah, guys, that's what I definitely, if you're an artist, because I know a lot of the Agorist crowd is very artistic, man, just start throwing out art like crazy, guys. Like, just don't stop. And put up some links and so that everyone can tip you in crypto, and that would be amazing. Brandon, I gotta go, man. This computer's gonna die on me. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. We should do this again sometime.
Yeah. Thanks again, the Agorist Nexus podcast. Thanks again, Raphael.
Peace. Take care.